Welcome to NCIX Tech Tips. Today we're going to be doing a little episode on the Seagate GoFlex satellite. So based on the name, you already know that it is part of their GoFlex family of products, which means, if I take the little cover off the back here, we reveal a SATA interface. You have the flexibility to use whichever interface you want with this drive. So you can see here I've got an eSATA cable or a USB 3 cable, and at the other end I find two identical pieces that plug directly into the interface at the back of the drive. All right, so that is how you get the data to the drive from your computer with whatever interface you want, USB 2, FireWire, eSATA, USB 3, all that's fine and good. So why does it come with this cover if you need that in order to access your data? Well, the answer to that is that the GoFlex satellite is actually a wireless sharing drive. So what it allows you to do is by just turning it on and setting up its own Wi-Fi access point, you can use computers or mobile devices such as a tablet, whether it's running iOS or Android, even smartphones, to access your media, be it video, music, or photos, wirelessly with up to 3 users at a time sharing the content. I'll show you how it works. So guys, I want you to take a close look at this little wireless indicator here. You can see it is glowing solid green right now, but it should flash blue in just a moment, indicating, there we go, that the wireless SSID is broadcasting. So you can take your tablet PC, in this case I'm using the iPad 2, but because there is a specific iOS app called GoFlex Media. But before you use that, you got to go into your settings and you have to connect your Wi-Fi network to GoFlex Satellite HBV. Once that's done, you open up the GoFlex Media app, and all of a sudden you can see all of the sample videos that come pre-equipped. You can see photos, music, documents. You can see just a plain folder view. There you are. So you can see all of the folders that come on the GoFlex, as well as the ones that I added, as well as any settings for the device. So I want to demo video really quickly because that is one of the most practical uses for this device that I can think of. In this case, we're going to take their included iPad Big Buck Bunny video. So I'm just going to click that. Should start playing in just a moment in QuickTime here. And there you have it. So I am playing this content wirelessly from the GoFlex satellite to my iPad 2 without any hitches at all. Streaming to one device was pretty impressive, but why don't you actually check out what I'm doing right now? I have the Tech Tips iPad, my iPhone 4, and Cameraman's iPhone 4 all streaming the same video clip from the free agent GoFlex. So you can stream the same clip to up to 3 different devices, or even different content to up to 3 different devices at the same time. So this would be very handy, say for example, in the back seat of a car on a long road trip. Instead of having to bring all the content loaded into the very, very small memories on these kinds of devices, you bring one free agent GoFlex with all the movies everyone wants to watch, and you can just stream it wirelessly from your own personal hotspot. Now the iOS app enables you to do all of this on the iPhone as well as the iPad and iPod platforms, but if you don't have an iOS device, you can also do it through the browser. So I'm using my iPhone 4 here to navigate to any page. So let's say test.com, go. It will automatically redirect me whenever I'm connected to the GoFlex satellite Wi-Fi spot to this menu right here. So in much the same way, I can access any video files, any music files, and any photos through the browser-based interface. So this will work on Android smartphones. Anything that's capable of playing the media file will be capable of accessing it and playing it. Now there are some caveats, especially on iOS devices using the app. It's pretty fussy about which formats will work, so if you're accessing it through the browser on an Android-based device, for example, you will likely have a better experience in some ways, unless you're willing to take your whole media library and convert it into iOS-compatible formats. Now, you do have other options. You can see right here, I have an episode of The Big Bang Theory. So this will take a second, and then it will. So you guys can see the progress bar here. This is one of the disadvantages of the format limitations on iOS. So I have to use the web-based interface in order to play something that is not iPhone compatible. You can see here what it actually has to do is download the entire file to the phone's cache, and then it will give me the option, once the bar has finally filled, to play it in a third-party player. Through the Seagate app, I do not have that option, so it will only run with the compatible files. So here we go. Now that I've cached the entire file to my phone, I can play back a variety of different formats. This is with OPlayer. So here I have a Big Bang Theory AVI episode playing. So that shows you how you will be able to access your media library, whether you're doing it through the Seagate app or through a browser. So this is how it would work on other devices as well. Now, two really cool features of the GoFlex satellite are these. One, you've got a Seagate app that you can actually run on your PC or on your Mac in order to sync either all the compatible files, iOS compatible files, or all media files to your drive with one click. The other thing is that Seagate isn't done with this product. This is still capable of being user firmware upgradable. So that means you can download the latest firmwares from Seagate, you can load them to your drive, and Seagate has the intention of releasing additional features and additional functionality for the GoFlex satellite in the future. So that's very cool. Also of note is the fact that if you do a firmware upgrade, it is a non-destructive firmware upgrade, so you won't have to wipe your data and reformat the drive. So in conclusion, here I have the three devices. These two are playing the same file. This one is playing a separate file. These are playing through the app with compatible media. This is playing through the browser-based one using OPlayer to play incompatible media. And I just want to talk about a few more additional things. So the free agent GoFlex satellite is actually advertised to run for about 4 hours, so that's great, once again, for a road trip type scenario. It comes with a car charger, so you can actually run it continuously while you're in the car, or, like I said, for 4 hours out on the road. The other things to be aware of are that if you want to share DRM protected content using the GoFlex satellite, you will have to authorize the iOS devices with your iTunes account, whereas if you are using an Android device and the web-based one, you won't really have to worry about that. Now, I haven't really shown any of the other content that we can play, but you can also play music. These particular files are not DRM protected in any way, but you can see that they're quite snappy to load up, even when I'm streaming video files to two other devices at the same time. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about the Seagate GoFlex satellite. Don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips for more instructional videos and little tips on cool products just like this one.